Have you been to an RV show? This is the RV Life Podcast. I'm Dan Hunt with my incredible wife, Patti Hunt, and we are your host for the RV Life Podcast. Today's show, we're going to be talking to some really cool people, and we're going to be talking about RV shows because it is that season, RV show season, and the biggest one in the country, or one of the biggest ones in the country, is coming up. Right, Patti?
Yes. And Dan and I, for those of you who have not listened in before, we have been full-time for over 2.5 years. And our favorite part of this lifestyle is the people we meet.
It really is the people we meet. You know, last year at the Hershey RV show, we were in that great big arena, and the RV Life booth is actually on the floor where the basketball players would actually be playing of that arena. But there was a bunch of people sitting up in the seats, and you and I went up and talked to them and sat down and said, this is exactly what RV shows are all about. Meeting people and getting a community together. I think we even did a video of that over on our YouTube channel.
We did. We just, Dan loves to walk up to random people and just start talking to them.
Luckily, I always have my great big air horn on the top of our RV. And that sound means it's time for today's fun fact, brought to you by Open Road Resorts with 4 locations in Texas, Montana, and Utah.
If you have not checked out Open Road Resorts, you want to check them out. We talked to Chase Becker on the show a couple months back, and when he talks about his resorts in Montana and Utah, these are 2 states Dan and I have yet to get to, and when we do, we can't wait to go to the Open Road Resorts in those locations. But today's fun fact, nearly 60,000 people attended the Hershey, America's largest RV show in 2022.
Now, last year, Patti, I think that we talked to all 60,000 of those people. By the last day of that show, I had no voice left at all. This year, we will be doing a seminar all 5 days of the show at 10 a.m. in the Power Play room on the main concourse level. And then we'll be doing what they're calling this year a Fireside Chat to answer any and all of the questions you have. And that is going to be in booth 103 on the rink level. And then right after that, we're heading back to the RV Life booth, and we'll answer more. We'll stand there and talk to you about RV life and RV lifestyle as long as you want to talk. And believe me, my wife can out-talk any one of you.
Whoa. I don't know that I could out-talk you. And yes, you had absolutely no voice left last year, but we met so many amazing people. And that's what today's show is really about. If you're not looking to buy an RV, what else is there to do at the Hershey, America's largest RV show?
I know. I know what else there is to do. You can attend the RV Life event that is on Thursday night, I believe. Yes. After this, you walked around and you've looked at all your RVs. For $15, we're going to feed you as much as you can eat. We'll have as much beer and wine, Pennsylvania Dutch wine and beer as you can drink. And Patti and I are going to be giving away a lot of prizes.
Yes, and we're so excited about this podcast today because we get to talk about all the incredible things that we're giving away. And I'm talking electric bike, brand new $2,400 electric bike, $2,200 electric bike, $500 gas card. Oh my goodness, so much more. Car generator.
That generator.
The car generator.
It's a portable generator.
Yes.
This thing runs off the battery or the alternator of your car, and it can power a whole house. This thing is absolutely incredible. We're giving one away.
And if you can't wait, you can go to cargenerator.com and check it out. It can, as Dan said, power your whole house, your RV. It is really cool. And we're going to have the owner, Jonathan, right here on the podcast over the next I don't know, a month, maybe a couple weeks or a month. We can't wait to have him on the show. But there's a lot more prizes we're giving away. The only sad part, there is a sad part about this whole thing. You and I cannot win any of these prizes.
What?
Yes.
No. There's something wrong with that. I think I'm going to have to talk to the management on that one.
Yep.
Because
I am the management. And sorry, we're going to give the prizes away. We cannot win.
We cannot win. That is the way I feel about it. We just can't win. But you know what? I'm a winner because I get to be there and I get to be up on the stage with you and our guest today, the Border Hookups.
Yes, they are going to perform. Wow. I can't wait to talk to them today. Having them on the show, we've been planning this probably for a couple months, and they will be performing at the RV Life live event, and that is September 14th, Thursday, from 6 to 10. And as you're going to, keep hearing us say, get your tickets because it will sell out. $15 a person. It's an amazing price.
If you're a kid under, 10, 12, 12, you're
12
free.
and under is free. Yep.
Kids under 12 are free, but everybody else, $15. You can't go to Mickey D's for $15. So you may as well come and get some quality food at the Inglewood. Now, we were at this facility last year. I got to tell you, as far as restaurant, bar locations go, wedding venue type things, this place is gorgeous. I almost wanted to get married again just so we could do it in that room. That's what I was teasing last year. It was just beautiful. And the people that worked there were incredible.
They really were. This place is just a cool place to be. It isn't far from the Hershey where the Hershey RV show is going to be. It's not far, I think 15 minutes away, plenty of parking. You gotta attend this event. We can't wait to see you.
I'll tell you, we had the time of our lives last year, and we are really, really looking forward to doing it this year. We helped plan it. We picked out all the food. So we are really looking forward to it. RV Life loves to put it on. They love to take care of their customers. And if you see Patti and I anywhere at the show, at the RV Life event, please stop and say hi. Tell us that you see our YouTube channel. Tell us that you listen to our podcast, because we love talking to our listeners and watchers. We love the people is probably one of the highlights of this last 2 years is meeting the people that we have met and the families that we have met.
Absolutely. And talking about people, and my favorite part, the Border Hookups that we are going to talk to right after this. We're going to talk to Border Hookups. We met them almost 2 years ago, right? In Albuquerque at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. And here we are. We're going to meet them, hang out with them, and they're going to perform at this event. And I'm really excited about hearing them play.
Now, a little later in the show, I'm going to play a song called Living the RV Life that they wrote and performed. They recorded it in an RV. They actually recorded this song in an RV, just like Patti and I are doing the RV Life podcast tonight. We are in PA Dutch Country, a Thousand Trails property, and we're sitting in our living room / dining room that has just been completely remodeled. We'll have pictures up on the internet soon, but it's just wonderful being, 10 steps from the bedroom, 5 steps from the kitchen, and, just working the way that we work. We have a good time doing what we're doing. We are always smiling, always upbeat. So I say to all of you that come up and meet us. We would love to meet you. We can't wait to meet you, and we'd love to hear your story. You never know. You may end up as a guest on the RV Life podcast someday. So
absolutely.
We've had 2 of our listeners now be guests on the RV Life podcast.
Yes. And if you'd like to ask a question, be a guest, suggest a guest, go to our social media, which is Instagram and Facebook, and it is RV Life Podcast. Nice and easy.
Now, in the third segment, we have what we call the question of the week. And that's a question that always comes from one of our listeners or viewers. So if you have something that's been bothering you that you just don't know the answer to, please email us or text us or message us on any of the social media, because we would love to get your question of the week on the RV Life podcast each and every week right here on Apple, Spotify, Google, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. We're on all of the RV Life podcast. We'll be back with our guests, Dave and Jacqueline, the Border Hookups, right after this.
The most important part of your RV is the roof. If your roof leaks, your trip and your RV get ruined. You can take it to a dealership or service center to be maintained at their expensive rates. Or you can maintain it yourself over a weekend for a fraction of the cost. Liquid Rubber RV roof products will keep you dry and leak-free. Visit shopliquidrubber.com/RVLife. Use coupon code RVLifePod15 to save 15%. That's shopliquidrubber.com/RVLife.
National Indoor RV Centers with over 1,000 motorhomes available across multiple locations. National Indoor RV Centers continues to provide an outstanding hassle-free motorhome ownership experience. National Indoor is the #1 Newmar dealer in the nation and also features brands like Integra, Winnebago, and much more. Visit NIRVC.com and become a part of the National Indoor RV Centers family.
This is the RV Life podcast. I'm Dan Hunt with my incredible wife, Patti Hunt. And today's guests are a male-female acoustic duo group that tours extensively throughout the United States, performing shows and shooting their YouTube travel show, The Border Hookups Go RVing, with their mix of crafted harmonies. And when you talk about crafted harmonies, this woman, her voice is like an angel's voice. They have a unique take on cover songs as well as a mix of catchy originals. The Border Hookups have entertained crowds across the United States and beyond, covering such musical genres as country, pop, reggae, rock, and a unique sounding original music. The Border Hookups 2 shows are never the same. This music duel is made up of a husband and wife team. And Dave, I got to tell you, you are so lucky that you are married to her, because if not, I would be hitting you over the head and stealing her for the rest of her life, because listening to a voice like that every single day is just absolutely majestic.
Today's guests are Dave and Jacqueline, better known as the Border Hookups. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Now, we are going to get into all things Border Hookups, but I want people to get to know you guys first. How did you start out? You both were on the road full time. Tell us about how you guys started out and how you met each other.
Okay. Yeah. Well, when we started out, we were in Sticks and Bricks. Dave has actually been a full-time musician for, gosh, how many years now?
About 18 years.
Wow. Yeah. 18 years. He and I met, I don't know, about 10 years ago, maybe. And the way we met is I saw him at a show and I just kind of thought he was this great, musician, has an amazing voice. And I started bringing people to his shows. And I just couldn't get enough of his music. And then at one point I tried to set one of my friends up with him. And that didn't, really take off, I guess. And it ended up that he and I had a lot more in common. And then we decided to go on the road after that. And I only started playing music with him several years after we were already together.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you were a groupie.
Yeah, her friend. Well, yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
Her friend couldn't sing, so I had to choose Jacqueline. So I did a lot of deliberating and then did some voice lesson testing and Jacqueline could sing better.
Okay. So that was how you decided whether she was the right person for you.
Yeah.
You did voice testing.
Yeah, I did a little.
Okay.
So basically, we have a Star is Born scenario here. You were the big rock star and country star, and she was the groupie and came and you brought her on stage, and then her majestic voice hypnotized everybody in the room, including you. And the rest is history.
Right, in fantasy land.
Yeah, and I didn't have the train wreck at the end of myself. So other than that, yeah, that's about accurate.
Oh, good. Good to hear that. Now, you guys are full-time on the road RVers, right? How long and what had you make the decision to go full-time?
Well, we've been on the road full-time for we just had our 3-year nomadiversary in April. And so do the math there. And then I was sitting, I always thought it would be interesting to go on the road. And I was looking at a video on schoolies, old school buses being renovated. And Jacqueline walked by the TV and I said, hey, would you ever do this? And she said, absolutely. So we started to talk about it, and we would do these 5-mile walks every day. And we called them hospital walks because it was out past the hospital. Anyway, we said we could do this. And what's holding us here? Part of it was we were tired of being cold. Northern Minnesota, northern Manitoba gets pretty cold. Jacqueline's from Manitoba. So we said, we gotta get out of here. And we thought about buying a house somewhere in the South, but where do you even start? We didn't know what these communities were. So we said, let's get an RV and be mobile.
Yeah. And, the two of us, we both grew up camping. So Dave grew up, like he said, Minnesota, did a lot of camping with his dad. And then I did a lot of camping with my parents. We started out in a tent, and then we had a truck camper. And I know Dave did a lot of tent camping. So it was kind of natural for us to just say, hey, let's live this way.
Yeah, we said if we live in a fifth wheel, if everything fails, we have a really nice tent. So we can't get in too much trouble.
Dave, you talk about that, but you guys are performers, and I've seen you perform. You're just an excellent, excellent, excellent music group.
Thank you.
But, we're a production company. We live in a 40-foot Class A. We have 2 or 3 light kits. We have a PA system. We have mics. We have all kinds of stuff. And, we had cameras in there, too. I guess you guys have a YouTube channel, so you have a few cameras and a drone or two. Mm-hmm. It's a lot to carry around sometimes. Patti has actually had to give up some of her shoes because we just don't have space for them. When you have all this other stuff on here, it's what's more important, a light kit to make you look good or a pair of shoes?
I'm still debating that.
I guess.
How do you carry everything around? There's a place for everything, and if you're not using it, if you haven't used it in a while, get rid of it. It's easy to collect stuff. Every musician, probably every videographer goes through the whole, see how much gear you can collect to make yourself legitimate. You don't need that much. We're basic. We have our sound system, but we don't. It's enough for a medium-sized show, and you gotta pick and choose.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though, because our fifth wheel is 29 feet, 9 inches. So it's under 30 feet. And pretty much all of the storage is taken up with, like Dave was saying, our sound system and everything. And I think you just have to get creative about what you do and where you store things. I get the shoes because that is one of the hardest things. But, I have friends who are full-time RVers and they say, Jacqueline, how do you have all of these hats and, some cute clothes and stuff? Well, I think I'm just really, really creative. I have all my hats hanging on a wall, just trying to be creative with the space. But I guess we're kind of minimalist. Yeah.
And because Jacqueline has all the shoes, I'm not allowed to have the shoes. So that's why we never shoot my feet in the videos, only her feet.
There we go. There we go. Dan's got to get rid of his shoes, is what I'm hearing. Yep. But I think we also need to talk about speakers because we're going to be together in Hershey, and Dan has these huge speakers. So we have to figure out a way to get rid of them and downsize that. Now, we are going to be together at the Hershey RV show. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, my gosh.
It's got to be performing on stage with us.
Yeah.
I am not going to be performing.
That should be interesting, right?
We'll get you up there. Yeah. Well,
Okay. So,
go ahead.
Dave talking about testing your voice. I would have failed in the first 2.5 seconds, but go ahead, Jacqueline.
Well, at least, you know what? At least you know it. A lot of people don't know it. And then you have to stand there.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I just think for me,
I always say if I could sing, I'd be great. But I've spent a career introducing people like you and getting people, warmed up and ready to go. So they're screaming and yelling and excited to see you. But I've got this great speaking voice, but singing, I just can't do it. And listening to you guys sing and, watching you set up and go to different places and do different things, it's inspiring to watch you guys work. It really, really is.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Now let's get back to RV shows. They're a great place to buy an RV. We have been to quite a few shows. We're speakers here at the Hershey RV show. We have been to the Tampa RV show, the Jacksonville RV show. And Patti, you want to add a couple more in there? We've been to a few of them.
Yes, but let's talk.
Seattle.
We've been to a number of them. Let's talk about, though, what else, other than going to an RV show to buy one, and you guys have been to Hershey before, I believe. What else do you look for when you go to a show?
Actually, we have not been to Hershey. We have gone to a couple of RV shows pre-COVID, and then our first RV show was just this past year at the Quartzsite show. And we really didn't know what to expect. We played there. So that was a lot of fun. But just seeing all of the vendors there, and then RV Life actually had some seminars. They had some speakers there, some really, really good information that was shared there. And I think just meeting people, having the chance to meet your viewers and just other people who are like-minded. So I think the Hershey show is going to be amazing because it's the biggest show in the country, right?
Yeah, we actually went twice to the Quartzsite show because we went one day, we were playing at the Escapers Bash up in Lake Havasu. And so we ran down, played that show, and then ran back up. But then we went a few days later, we went back without playing. Because then when we're playing, it's really difficult to meet people because we're working. You guys know how it is. You're setting gear up, you're setting lights.
Right. You're in a different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But I have to agree. For me, the best part of any of the shows we've been to is meeting people. Like we said, we met you guys in Albuquerque. Mm-hmm. We made so many incredible connections in Albuquerque and the different events that we've been to. So Hershey's new for you. So let's talk about that and talk about how, people could make the best out of the show. Like you said, seminars. We were just talking to the head of the Hershey event, and the seminars are now all listed on the website. So you could kind of plan out your days and your times. Is there anything special that going to Hershey, you are going to perform at the RV Life Live event? And we are going to talk about that. Totally get into that in a minute. But is there something exciting that you're looking forward to that you've heard about in Hershey?
Well, we're looking forward to the free drinks at the event, first of all, and meeting Patrick. We've never met Patrick.
Yes.
And Patrick's kind of our contact.
You've never actually met him.
I think he was in Albuquerque, if I'm not mistaken, but he was kind of in the corner, and I never talked to him. So I've never really, and I talk to him all the time on through email. So it's going to be fun to be able to sit there and actually meet the guy because he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
he is an awesome guy. Kind of in a box sometimes, but has to have everything lined up all in the right way. But that's okay. Yeah. We love people like that because people like us, we just want to get up on stage and do our thing. And
let's tell our listeners, we're talking about Patrick, but a lot of our listeners do not know who he is. Patrick he just changed his title. So Patrick Buchanan is who we're talking about.
He's the producer of the RV Life podcast.
The producer of this podcast.
His most important job.
He does more than that. He's got a title. He does handle people that are promoting RV Life. And again, I don't know what his new title is. He also does the RV Trip Wizard pro tip of the week for us. So I just wanted people to know who Patrick is. If you want to meet him, the RV Life booth there will be a booth at the Hershey show, and Patrick will be there. So go meet him. And certainly, now we've talked about the Hershey Live event. Let's talk about that. You guys are going to be playing your music. What's that going to be like? I've never seen you guys perform. So tell us what's going to happen.
It's going to be, we're going to get up there and do our thing. We'll probably be we don't switch it up too much from show to show. It's just get set up. And again, you guys, it's like you guys setting up for a photo shoot or to film or this, go in, kiss, we always say shake hands, kiss babies, talk to people, and play the best we can play with my angelic voice.
But what will be switched up is the music that we play, because we kind of like to play off of the crowd, and depending, what people want to hear or what, we'll change from show to show. And actually, I thought Dave was going to have a smart remark there. I can't believe he gave a serious answer.
I can't either.
I'm so shocked right now. And that's part of what makes our shows too, is that, being able to interact with the crowd. And, I think that's the most fun part. And that's what gets us really revved and excited, is being able to do that.
A lot of it's, when we do our shows, we don't use iPads we don't read lyrics. We don't read chords. Everything's memorized. My uncle asked me the other day, he was at one of our shows. He said, how do you memorize, 3-4 hours of music? And I said, I know half of it. Jacqueline knows the other half. So when I go to do a harmony, I don't know the words. I'm just a millisecond behind her, and it's just phonetic. So that's how you memorize 4 hours of music.
Wow.
That is a great story. And, this group is just such a great group. Patti and I had the honor of hosting this event last year. And now we're the host of it this year as well. We're going to be giving away a lot of really cool stuff. We've got one of our sponsors that will be giving away Kraken Adventure Bikes. We'll be giving away an e-bike. Which you guys cannot win, but that's okay. You can buy one from us. We'll have one there for sale. But we'll be giving away that. We'll be giving away from Rubber Roofs a cornhole game, a game that I'll have set up from the stage. So some people are going to actually to win something. We'll get down to 2 people, and then they're going to have to play cornhole, and whoever wins the cornhole, that's who's going to win the prize.
And don't forget a $500 open road gas card. We can't win that either, and I really want that. And a car generator, and we'll talk about that later.
From Jonathan, car
generator guy. But we've been mentioning this show. Let's talk about it. So we're talking about the RV Life live show. Our live event. It'll be in Inglewood in Hershey, and it's on Thursday night. So after the RV show basically is over, it's from 6 to 10. The Border Hookups are going to be performing, and I'm so excited.
Now, let me interrupt here. Let me interrupt here. I
was getting to the important part.
If you have not heard the Border Hookups sing, then you are missing something that's very important in life, because it is a piece of fulfillment listening to these people sing. It makes me whole. So I am so proud to be able to, introduce them for each one of their sets.
Did you guys work out some promotion thing with him that I didn't know about? He really does like you. He listens to his songs. We think you guys are great. But for the event, it is Thursday, September 14th. It is only $15 a person. Kids 12 and under are free. There's going to be, as Dave already mentioned, there will be wine and beer. There will be a buffet. The spread last year was amazing. The place, Inglewood, did a fantastic job, great people, beautiful place. But you got to get your tickets. So Dan and I have done large events before. And the last day, the people that say, hey, I just need 2 more tickets, not going to happen. I was a teacher for 20 years, so I have no problem saying no. None at all. So you want to get your tickets.
You do want to get your tickets. You want to be in that room, and you want to have a request of a song, because to listen to this woman sing with that voice of hers, it is just it's a heavenly feeling.
Poor Dave.
To hear.
I'm just
He
like,
sings too.
I'm just running sound from now
Poor
on.
Dave.
I'm carrying gear and running sound. That's my
Yes,
job
there you
now.
go.
I'm in the background.
He's just the harmony guy in the back. Yeah.
He's the amazing one in my
You complete me.
So we are really, this is one of the highlights of our years going to this event. And this year being able to work with you guys is just really, really exciting. We're giving away a lot of really cool stuff. The price of admission, I don't know if you have ever been in this area. We're actually in the Hershey area already. But the Inglewood, this building is so beautiful. It's like a big old barn and a stage that is just incredible. The acoustics are incredible. You know, we're going to have to do some a cappella stuff there, because it's just like you walk in there and you go, oh my, look at this place.
Yeah.
So I hope you're looking forward to it as much as we are.
Oh,
Dan is
really
obviously very excited. It is one of the highlights for us. And again, we are doing a seminar. There are lots of seminars there. There are people you can meet, like the Border Hookups. Some of the other things about events, I think events, and you guys do rallies, correct?
We do.
Things like rallies you go to. Okay. Talk a little bit about that, because there are different, when I say events, there are different types. So talk about some of the rallies and other types of events that you guys go to and or perform at.
Yeah, that's a good question. We're actually playing, before we get to Hershey, we're playing the Grand Design National Rally in Goshen, Indiana. And then yesterday we just got asked to play the Grand Design Rally in Quartzsite. And we're playing one in Oregon next spring.
Oh, we are? That's news to me.
Yeah, Jacqueline doesn't know that yet. And so we
surprise.
And then we do what are called pop-up concerts. And we realized at the RV Content Creators Summit in Montrose last fall, where we met Andy
Mm-hmm.
From RV Life, and he that's when we kind of formed our partnership. We realized that our place in this RV space is community. And so we said, what better way to build community than through music? So we came up with this idea to do pop-up concerts. And originally we were going to kind of spring it on people a week before. This is where we're going to be, free concert. And then we realized that people need more time. So we said, meetups, we have meetups, and those we don't play. We just, like I said before, shake hands and kiss babies. But the pop-ups are, 2 months out, we give coordinates to where we'll be, like Quartzsite, Kofa, American Girl Mine, these different places out in the middle of nowhere. And people can come in for free with their rigs. They have to be all in self-contained. We don't offer food trucks. We don't offer bathrooms, water, anything. It's all boondocking. And we do a show. Usually we play a Saturday, and then that night we have a campfire and everybody gets to know each other. And that's the whole thing about building the community. We just did one in Idaho, in Island Park, Idaho last June. And so on our way back up to the Midwest. And so that's the kind of stuff we do. A lot of corporate stuff.
Well, and we also play events for the Escapers,
Mm-hmm.
which is part of the Escapees RV Club. And again, that's kind of a community building thing. You go to these events that they have and you are meeting other RVers, and you don't have to be a full-time RVer to be at those. Part-time, sometime, full-time, whatever. And I think that's what it's all about, really, is community.
Yeah. And then we actually, we're in the studio right now finishing recording a new single. We try to do a single a year. And when we come back up to Minnesota, because we have a producer that we love to work with up here in the studio up here that we like to be in. So once a year, we come back to Minnesota and and lay down a single.
That is absolutely wonderful. And, we just did a podcast yesterday that'll be out. Actually, it's out today. Yeah, It's out today. And we talked about the top 10 experiences that we've had in our lifetime as RVers. And one of those experiences that we had happened a few years back at Quartzsite, sitting around a campfire when somebody from one of the bands that was playing on one of the little mini stages that were all around us, he came over and he actually took one of our stickers and he put it on his guitar. I was so proud of that fact that he put our sticker on his guitar. But him playing around the campfire and all of us trying to sing, nothing like what you guys do, but just trying to sing while this guy is playing the guitar around a campfire. There's something very, very majestic about that feeling that you get when you're out camping and you're sitting around a campfire with 15 strangers and getting to know each other. It's just a really, really, really great feeling. Now,
Dan,
let's go ahead.
Real quick,
yeah.
To that point, the RV Life song, Living the RV Life, was produced by a good friend of ours, Nathan Andrews, who's worked in the music industry with top artists for years. And we were at a meetup and there were all these people at different campfires talking. And I turned to Nathan. I said, Nathan,
it was a pop-up concert.
It was a pop-up concert. And I turned to Nathan and I said, this is why we do this. And I pointed to all those people out there who had not met before this event. And he turned to me and this scared the bejesus out of me. He said, and this is why you can't stop. And that was a powerful moment, because all of a sudden the levity of it kind of creeped in and the beauty of it crept in. So
there's nothing more fulfilling to me than standing on stage or speaking to a group of people and seeing that look in people's eyes when they get it. And bringing a big group of people together, like we do a lot here with your pop-up concerts and with our pop-up events that we go to. And Patti and I will be giving a seminar at the Hershey RV show about RV Trip Wizard, or about RV trip planning. We're not really supposed to be selling, so we're going to be talking about RV planning. So if you want to know how to better plan your next RV trip, you want to come to that seminar. Now, they're doing something different this year, where they're having what they call a fireside chat after the event, about 15 minutes afterwards, in booth 103 that's down on the floor level on the basketball court or the ice rink floor level, booth 103. We're going to be over there afterwards talking and answering anybody's questions about anything and all things RV life. Now, Patti and I, as long as you guys are as well, you guys also are full-time on the RV Life podcast. Correct. You guys live the RV life full time, right?
Oh, yes. We live in our rig full time. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things that we do and we live with all the time when we're living our RV life is we use what they call RV Trip Wizard, which is the premier product from RV Life. And Patti's going to talk to you a little bit about that right now.
When traveling in your RV, how do you navigate? Do you use a paper map, a GPS, or do you use Google Maps? Our sponsor, RV Trip Wizard, has the solution, and it just works.
It just works, and that's why we use it. We do not move our RV 1 inch without first putting in the coordinates in RV Trip Wizard. So, I'd like to hear a little bit more about this RV Life song. You guys recorded a song. It's called the RV Life song. And I believe you'll be performing that in Hershey. I, unfortunately, due to internet technical problems, was not able to download the song. It is available on Spotify. It is available on Apple Music. And I will put that song into the show through edit after we're done recording the show. So I'm going to put a copy of that song. Tell us a little bit about that song, where it came from, who wrote it, and how you got it all put together, please.
Absolutely. I can't remember exactly how it came to be, the idea. Probably Patrick and I talking back and forth from RV Life, and I suggested writing a song for it, and he said, yeah, that sounds great. And he sent me some lyrics, and like any song, including our songs, it gets butchered and torn apart and moved around. And so then I took some of my lyrics and his lyrics and wrote some chords to it, and then we brought it to Lake Havasu. And as a matter of fact, it was recorded in the back of an RV in a toy hauler of our friend who I mentioned before, Nathan. And while we were there, Nathan found some players that were really good players, Berkeley School of Music guys, and they came in. So if you listen to it with headphones, you can hear solar panels rattling, generators starting up, pump trucks driving by. It's authentic, 100%. So it's all full-time RVers recorded in an RV.
The week's been long time, cards are waiting, campers loaded, some lights fade, and find a spot out where the stars do shine. Black tanks empty, fridge is packed, lower the hitch, raise the jacks, making time for some kickback cheer. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. When summer comes, I'll be traveling, taking the day slow as molasses, burning gas, and some daylight too. No care in the world, gripes, no worries, windshields filled with endless journeys on the back roads built for me to roam. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. Yeah, living the RV life. I'm ready, oh so ready, that soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. Someday soon when the grind stops grinding, settle down and start full time in a motorhome, fifth wheel, a bumper pole, old van, leaving behind the corporate hassle. Say hello to my rolling castle, sayonara, say so long you sticks and bricks. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm ready, oh so ready, soon I'll be living
I love that. I love that it's just authentic. It's real. It's if you're sitting around the campfire listening to it with all the sounds out there. That is great. Now, we've talked a lot about the fact that you do go to different events. So can you tell our listeners how let's lead them to a website, wherever they could go to find you, and I'll also put it in the show notes.
Perfect. Yeah, our schedule is on our website. So it's theborderhookups.com. And you can find where we're going to be. So any show that we have, we put them all on there. And then, of course, we're also on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok even. And we have our YouTube channel.
Don't forget about YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. The Border Hookups Go RVing.
In the community. So. And those go in the community page. A lot of times when you have an event coming up, we'll throw it in the community page.
Yep.
For our viewers. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And those people listening while driving or in their RV, I will put that information in the show notes for you, but we're not done yet. So again, we're so excited to meet you guys in Hershey. Let's talk a little bit. When you go to Quartzsite, now Quartzsite is again one of those events where they have RVs for sale. We did a podcast with somebody, and I'll put that in the show notes, about how it is a great idea to buy RVs at an RV show and the discounts you could get. But, did you walk around inside Quartzsite? They have a lot of stuff inside the building. Is that something you guys like to do to see what's new?
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, we went back because when we're working. So we went back without having to carry gear. I don't even know. I did film. I mean, it's so tough when you've spent the last 3.25 years of your life with a camera. The joke is I look through the viewfinder more than I look directly at my wife, because you're always like, I have to shoot that. And some days we'll try to leave the camera at home and we can't do it because you can't use what you don't have. So even if you shoot it and you don't use it, you can't go the other way.
But yeah, so we walked through all of the tents. We got a ride from somebody. We wanted to go from one end to the other, and this lady on a 4-wheeler picked us up and drove us around.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And you're right, Patty, you mentioned like the discounts. Well, even on products, there were people there that were giving discounts on certain items, and we considered a few things. We stopped and looked at a few different things like the keyless entry. We haven't pulled the trigger on that yet, but and then we were looking at, what are those things?
Metal detectors. Went down that rabbit hole for a while.
Yeah. So we definitely walked through everything, and there is so much to offer.
Part of what we do too is we kind of have ideas for possible partnerships and things. We're incredibly, I don't mean this pretentiously, but we're very picky. We get, like any other content creators, we get emails constantly from people who want to partner, but we don't want to become we don't want to become a superstore. So when we go to these shows, we're able to see some of these products and say, you know what, this is something we could get behind, because we won't pitch anything that we don't believe in, i.e. this is why we are with RV Life, is because we really love what they stand for in their community building and their thinking outside of the box stuff.
Wow. And so much. And we're in sync. We get asked all the time about products to pitch, to do on the podcast, to do it on our YouTube channel, to blog about it. And we're with you. We are very picky. I have to connect with the person. So when we met Patrick in Albuquerque, I just kind of fell in love with him. Mm-hmm. He's now like my second husband. I think I talked to him more than Dan. So I'm with you on that. We do promote certain products that we have used, love, and believe in. We had RV Life Pro since before Dan was planning trips before we ever got the RV. So I love that. And that is another part of being at events, talking to people, meeting them, checking out products face to face. That face to face is awesome. So we're definitely looking forward to that at Hershey. But I have to say, because we do have limited space, I'm already practicing with Dan to say no, because he is definitely the shopper. and space is limited, as we've talked about.
Hey, we have something in common then. That would be Dave. Dave's the shopper too.
Can't we all?
Oh, okay. So we'll take their, yeah.
I love going out to these RV shows and finding new things that make my RV even better than it already is.
But to your point, it is a great way. So people, like we said, this show is for the full-time RVers, the part-time RVer, the person thinking about RVs. Same with, we watched your YouTube channel before we ever got started, and going to a show, that's another valuable thing, is looking at stuff, listening, checking it out. Don't be like Dan and Dave and just go in and buy everything. Some people need to hold the wallets.
Yeah.
But you can really look at products, look at what's new. It really is a great thing when you go to these shows.
There is some really cool stuff that you can get for your RV when you walk up and down those aisles, I got to tell you.
Yes.
Well, right now we are not, going out buying an RV right now. We are doing a podcast, and podcasts run on time. So I'm going to have to step away and take a break. But after the break, we'll have some more tips from the Border Hookups. We'll hear that RV Life song that they recorded in the back of an RV, and we'll listen for all the little sounds that were not around. We're going to talk about Hershey, America's largest RV show, and we're going to talk some more about what we're doing at the RV Life Live event. And we're going to do all of that right after this.
Does dropping your motor coach off at the truck stop full of semi-trailers for new tires give you nightmares? Eliminate the unknown and get your new motorhome tires mounted while you watch at your campsite or wherever you are parked. Motorhometires.com takes care of the entire process for you. We come to you with your new tires, mount them, add balance beads, and we even dispose of your old tires. With motorhometires.com, you'll also enjoy great prices and new tires with guaranteed fresh date codes, and enjoy sweet dreams instead of truck stop nightmares with your friends at motorhometires.com.
Protecting your RV investment means being ready for anything. An extended RV warranty from Wholesale Warranties is the best way to make sure that if an RV failure happens, you can afford to get back to enjoying the RV life as soon as possible. RV warranties are available for motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers, new and used, across the U.S. Visit wholesalewarranties.com for a free personalized RV warranty quote today and hit the road with peace of mind tomorrow.
It is something you want to. I highly recommend it because, yes, hitting the road with peace of mind is so important.
There was also a spot there of rvtires.com. And I met those guys. You were talking about shows. I met those guys down at the Tampa show. Their booth was right next to ours. RV tires for Class A diesels are really, really big. They had a stack of them in their booth, a stack like 4 tires high. I got into that stack and couldn't get out because it was so big. It was just a great time meeting those guys, and they have a really great product. If you need tires, they're going to come right out. You don't have to go to them. They will send a truck out to you at your campground, at your driveway, wherever you are, and they will replace your tire. They'll mount it, balance it, get it all ready to go for you. What a great service for RVers.
Now, this, as most people know, is our last segment, our closing segment, and we did ask the Border Hookups to join us to help answer the question. We're going to get to the question of the week, but we have them still here with us. Thank you guys for staying with us.
Now, that sound means it's time for Patrick Buchanan. We've been talking about Patrick Buchanan, but each and every week, Patrick comes on with what we call a tip of the week for RV Life Trip Wizard. Now, RV Life Trip Wizard is a computer program, and it does so many things that I think the biggest complaint people have is, well, I don't know how to work everything. So what Patrick has decided to do on the RV Life podcast is come in and do a tip of the week.
each and every week on the RV Life podcast. So here's Patrick Buchanan with our RV Life tip of the week.
RV Life has added landscape mode during navigation for the RV Life mobile app, both for Apple and Android. Yes, you can finally turn your phone to landscape mode if you prefer when using the RV safe routing provided by the RV Life app. Landscape mode works for trips you plan with Trip Wizard and for routes you choose within the app, both in iPhone and Android. Tablet users can use landscape mode for navigation too, but remember, tablets only work properly if they have their own cellular data plan. For RV Life, I'm Pat Buchanan.
Thank you, Pat, for that. And I have to say, we are the speakers for RV Life on RV Life Trip Wizard. We talk about trip planning. We have been all over the country from Seattle down to Tampa and now into Hershey. And we have talked about trip planning. So many people still use paper maps to trip plan. I can't tell you how dangerous that is. We were in California on our way up to Oregon, which, earlier you talked about you're going there. At least, Dave, you are. I don't know if she is yet. Jacqueline, I'm not sure you know about going to Oregon yet. But we were traveling up the 101, and our Garmin GPS took us like 50, 60 miles out of the way because it said we could not go through a tunnel.
And it was actually 100 miles, literally 100 miles. Literally
100 miles out of the way. It took us all the way from the coast back to the 5 and then up the 5 and back down to the coast. But we had the day before taken our Jeep that we tow with us and gone on that exact route. And we went up to the Hetica Lighthouse, which we do have a video on. And it was just gorgeous. But we knew when we went through this tunnel, because we talked about it going through, that we could get through this tunnel as long as we stayed in the middle. We could not have been in the far right lane to go through there.
Right. Saved ourselves 100 miles on that trip. Yeah.
And we did save ourselves 100 miles with the RV Trip Wizard. So we strongly recommend RV Trip Wizard.
Yes.
The price of it, by the way, in the fall.
No, August 1st, the price is going up.
That's the fall.
August 1st. No, that's still summer. We're still in summer. Seasons don't matter, I guess. But August 1st, the price is going up. When you use RV Life Pro, the suite of products, your price is locked in. In addition to that, you get a 25% discount. Our code is in the show notes. But I'm excited to get back to the Hershey, America's largest show, talk about that. First of all, the Hershey event will be from Wednesday, September 13th to Sunday, the 17th. And then you've got to sign up for the Hershey RV Life live event so you could see the Border Hookups. Do you have songs, or you just are going to play, as you go along? Tell us about your thinking. Do you wing it when you get there?
Well, we usually go in with somewhat of a set list, but a lot of times we just go and, change that up. Like I was saying earlier, just depending on our crowd and what we think people will want to hear. And we love doing our originals too. And so if you guys are listening to Living the RV Life, and it's on all the streaming services, please have a couple of listens. And then when you're there, you can sing along with us. We like that. That's one of the best.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, to have people singing.
Okay.
You do not want Patty or Dan to sing along with you on anything.
Okay, so I'll be able to mouth the words, but that would be so much fun. A group of people. There's going to be about 200 people at this event. I'm going to start putting that out on social media. We're going to play the song for people on the podcast and put that out, and then everybody be able to sing along. How cool is that? I love that idea.
200.
We are speaking with Dave and Jacqueline, the Border Hookups, and they will be performing at the RV Life event in Hershey, Pennsylvania, at the Hershey RV show, which is America's largest RV show. You do want to look forward to that. But right now, I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to play the song that is Dave and Jacqueline with the RV Life song. been long time, carts are waiting, campers loaded, some lights fade, and find a spot out where the stars do shine. Black tanks empty, fridge is packed, lower the hitch, raise the jacks, making time for some kickback cheer. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. When summer comes, I'll be traveling, taking the day slow as molasses, burning gas, and some daylight too. No care in the world, gripes, no worries, windshields filled with endless journeys on the back roads built for me to roam. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life, yeah, living the RV life. I'm ready, oh so ready, that soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. Someday soon when the grind stops grinding, settle down and start full time in a motorhome, fifth wheel, a bumper pole, old van. Leaving behind the corporate hassle, say hello to my rolling castle. Sayonara, say so long, you sticks and bricks. I'm ready, so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm ready, oh so ready, soon I'll be living the RV life. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm dreaming that soon I'll be living the RV life. Living the RV life. Hey, 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 we're living the RV life. Oh, oh, living the RV life. Hey, hey, living the RV life.
That is such a fun song. What a great song. Thank you guys. I can't wait. I could really not wait. And we don't script the podcast, and we hadn't talked about this before. So thank you guys for putting that out there. So 200 people at this event could all sing this song together. How great is that? I love it.
Now, Jacqueline, you just set us up here for this. You just set it up that we're going to do a sing along of that song.
Yeah.
And Patti is going to lead that sing along while you guys are running it.
Nope.
But
yeah, and then
we're going to have a great time with that. So if you're coming to the show, you want to listen to that song, you can get it on Apple Music, you can get it on Spotify, and you want to listen to it and know the words, because not only are the performers of it, but I believe Patrick helped write that song too, right?
He did. Yeah.
So,
okay, so we'll have him lead the song.
He'll be there as well. Now, Dave, what else do you have with that?
Well, I didn't realize there were going to be 200 people there. Patrick said it would be like 25 of his friends and family. So now I'm a little more nervous about it. We have to revisit this.
No pressure.
A little more than 200 people. Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Awesome.
No, we are really, really looking forward to it. And Dave, you know, it's okay if you stay in the back and just, give us a quart or two. We could listen to her voice all night long.
Well, I have stuff. I'm going to do some shopping while I'm there, so I'll just be in the back.
Oh, great.
Like you said, I'll just play the song, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Sing it.
Well, it looks like we'll be buying a new RV
There
at the
you
show, too. More space.
There you go. There you go. I'll take one of you, go shopping with you. Okay. Sounds good.
Now that sound means it's time for our question of the week. And
Because it is from our team member, Jennifer Kay.
Okay, I got it.
She was at a live event, got this question.
So
what are the best ways to meet
I'm sure it's a little
while
confusing,
traveling? Dan. And we're going to ask you guys if you have some thoughts on that, because you certainly get out there and meet people. So can you give us or give our listeners some ideas of meeting people out there on the road?
Border Hookups pop-up concert. There you go. Plug.
There you go.
Great. Well,
plug. There you go.
Great idea. Any others?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, just step out of your comfort zone. If you see people around a fire, go and walk up to them, because generally the people that are out camping, RVing, are really, really nice, and they want to meet people too. So, yes, definitely doing that. Going to various events, any kind of RV events, like we're mentioning the Hershey show, you're going to meet people with that. Maybe joining the escapers or the escapees. Yep. You're going to meet people that way as well. So, but you really you want to step out of your comfort zone and just go and say hello, introduce yourself.
Yeah, and the thing about being on the road, as you guys probably know, community's king. I mean, it's a lonely gig out here. We have a lot of friends who are solo travelers. We kind of have a soft spot in our hearts for them, because that's gutsy. Step out there by yourself. So we try to reach out to people and include people, and i.e. the concerts, because that's how people can connect.
And I think what you mean is it can be a lonely gig.
It can be, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're out here by yourself, or even if you're out here, when we first went on the road and we didn't know anybody, we kind of looked around the whole time, and we'd always meet people at the dump station on the way out of the park, because they'd be like, when did you guys get here? Well, we've been here all week, and they were cool people, and we meet them as we're leaving. So, oh well.
Yeah.
That's great suggestions. I do. First of all, community is absolutely king. I am actually an introvert, so I did have to step out of my comfort zone. And I love that what you're saying, like, go up and meet people. There are people out there and they do want to meet you. So don't, be afraid, well, I can't walk up. I think it's a great idea. Certainly, Dan and I, if we're outside, just come over and say hi. We often have people that'll message us and say, hey, we saw you. We just left the campground, didn't want to bother you. And we're like, no, come up, say hi, introduce yourself. Because you're right. I think everybody's kind of looking for that, and community is definitely king.
One of the things that Patti and I started doing is taking a walk in the evening after dinner. And it's still what we call in the film industry magic hour, and just walking around the camp. Right. But when you're walking around, talk to people, say hello. People do want to reach out and meet other people, because if you're a full timer, like Dave said, it does get a little bit lonely. It's not like you can call your buddy and say, hey, let's go golfing tomorrow. It's you're kind of in an isolated zone where you're moving from campground to campground, and a different set of people everywhere you're going, or you meet some people. Like, we do a piece on our YouTube channel called Campfire Conversations, and I'm bringing that up today because we're at a campground where we actually recorded one where we met the coolest family. There's a boy and a girl, or two boys and a girl,
and a dog. You like the dog?
I like the dog. Yeah, they went to Lancaster one day, and I took the dog. But just sitting around the campfire and talking about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness and all of those types of things.
And as Dave would say, no politics.
No politics.
Right.
You know what, Dan?
And it is a different.
We actually put that. We actually put that in our invites for our pop-up concerts. Miss No Politics, please, just because We don't have room for it. We don't have time. So
Nope.
we keep it simple, and we keep it, everybody gets along.
Right. And I love that idea, and I see that more and more in people who are out here RVing. It's not just politics. It's just just at ease, easy. Life is fun, and enjoy it. And I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
You're listening to the RV Life Podcast. I'm Dan Hunt with my incredible wife, Patti Hunt. Today's guest is Dave and Jacqueline.
We're saying her name wrong. I got to just interject.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Yeah.
There you go. I like to get it
just
right.
like Jackie Kennedy with the voice of an angel, the eyes of whatever. I mean, just incredible people. If you have not heard them sing, if you have not heard them perform, you have not lived your life entirely.
Wow.
So you need to come out to the Hershey RV event. You don't have to be going to it. Tickets are available in the show notes here. You can get tickets.
Yep.
For the event. It will be sold out, and we do not have extra space. So please get your tickets early. You want to go to this event. You want to be there. You want to see that. We're giving away a lot of stuff, a lot of free stuff given away.
Just a fun event.
Just a fun event. So thank you so much for being with us today. I hope we didn't embarrass you too terribly much.
Yeah.
We're good at doing that all by ourselves.
Yeah, I think, Dan, you should do a rundown again of all the prizes that are being given away that we can't win, because that was really fun. That was awesome.
We can't win them either. If it
I've
makes
got
you
an
feel
electric
any
bike,
better.
and I'm carrying this darn electric bike around with me all over the place from Florida about 4 months ago.
Right.
So we have this electric bike.
If somebody wants it, we're willing to sell it, and then we'll get a new one for the giveaway. But yes, an electric bike,
I want
a $500 gas card.
I want to at least be able to do a hot lap on it.
Go ahead,
There.
dear.
A little time trial.
We will
can
let
work
you
that out for
ride
you.
ours for sure.
Thank you.
We can work that out for you.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of prizes, a lot of different things. $500 gas card. Who can't use gasoline or diesel? Every one of us can use gasoline or diesel. And the TSD card saves us a lot of money each and every time we fill up with gas. So we're so grateful to them to giving a $500. I love giving stuff away. I just love giving stuff away. So I get to do that at this show. I'm getting some looks from Patti at the other side of the room. So I want to say thank you guys for being guests on the show, and thank you for being guest at the RV Life event. We look forward to hanging out with you and having a lot of fun. My name is Dan Hunt. You're listening to the RV Life podcast. I'm with my incredible wife, Patti Hunt, saying have a great rest of today.
And an even better day tomorrow.